Okay. Wow, y'all. I have a story for you. First, before we get into it, hi, I am Kelci. I make comics. Today, I'm going to share a ridiculous story with you and also draw a new design for a side project called Kitties by Kelci. First, I got to do some damage control here. So, for folks who have followed me on Instagram, you may have noticed that the Instagram account has been posting things about Bitcoin and possibly Cash App. This is not me. The account has been hacked into, and I have a story about that. But for now, just know my original Instagram has been hacked. I have a backup account, thank goodness. So if you would like to stay in touch regarding any new art on your feeds or any live stream announcements, convention announcements, that sort of thing on Instagram, follow my backup account. My new Instagram is at Kelci D Comics. That's KELCI D Comics. All right. I'm going to leave this banner up during the duration of the live stream. So, all right, before I get into the story, I'm going to bring up a art project that I've been working on so that I have something to keep my hands busy and hopefully not get too irate. So, we're going to add, and we're going to put my little face down here, and we are going to open up a work in progress. Here we go. Yes. All right, cool. So everything here is the pencil layer. Looking at it, I realize the entire thing needs to move up a skosh. So we're just going to move that up, and cool. All right. Now, okay. I did notice that the symmetry tool works on the paw print, but it's not going to work on the cats. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to group the pencils into a pencil folder. And then we're going to make a new layer called inks. We're going to set that pencil folder to 50% opacity, and boom. Okay. So next step, I got to make this a bit bigger. That could be thicker. I want that paw print to be thick. I'm working at a really high resolution, which is why the brush tip is acting the way that it is. A little bit more pronounced. The intent with this paw print is to make it look like a heart. Because it's the thing about kitty paw prints is that the base of them looks like a little heart. All right. To get into the story. Before I do that, okay. So the story of how the Instagram account got hacked. Somebody reached out to me disguised as a cousin of mine and posted a thing basically saying, hey, if you get this guessing game right, you'll win £1,000. Immediately, I was surprised by that because this particular cousin does not live in the UK. She lives in the furthest away from the UK as you can possibly get here in the United States. So I was like, she must have shared something, but I went ahead and guessed anyway. And then the person said, correct. So here's what I need you to do next, and sent instructions for, and this is where it got me. They requested that I change the quote Instagram mail to a different email address. Now, when they use this phrasing, what that really means is they want you to change the email that you use for security purposes. Found that out the hard way because soon as that changed, the person had access to my account, changed the password, and then started texting me because my Instagram account had my phone number on it. So he started texting and was like, "Is this your account?" And I was like, "All right, fucker, what do you want?" And he said, "I'll give it back to you for $300. And y'all, I am lucky enough that I have that money, but I was not giving it to this guy just on principle. And also, up to this point, he's been really disingenuous. I don't trust this guy. This could be an easy situation where, yes, only 300. You would think, because this guy was a crypto bro. Hi, Carlos. As soon as he got access to my account, he started posting bullshit posts about Bitcoin and Cash App. And that was the other thing that tipped me off that there was something kind of sus about this giveaway thing, was that he was like, "We'll give the prize to you through Cash App." And I'm like, I've heard of Cash App scams. This could be one of them. We'll see. Learn from my mistakes, kids. Also, this guy did not get access to my Cash App. Thank fuck. My Cash App was not connected to my Instagram. My bank account was not connected to my Instagram. I don't sell anything on Instagram. I don't have an Instagram shop. It was borderline a personal account. The only reason that I posted on there for like comic work purposes was because Instagram was more successful business-wise than Facebook ever was. However, because I disconnected my Facebook account from Instagram, I was not able to use many of Instagram's business perks. So I had no store. I had no credit card information on there. I don't use Instagram to shop for anything. I don't have Cash App linked on there. This guy does not have my bank information. Let's just put it that way. The only thing that he has is my Instagram account and admittedly a password that is kind of close enough to some other passwords that I'm going to need to change them. They're not too remarkably, they're not the same password, but they're close enough that I'm like, I'm going to need to change some passwords. That said, it's still really fucking annoying that he has my Instagram account. I can do a scorched earth policy and just start over with a new account. And I have a backup account because, like, thankfully, while this dude did hack into my main Instagram, I have backup accounts. One of those backup accounts was actually a side venture for Kitties by Kelci. Kitties by Kelci coming in clutch. So I just took my Kitties by Kelci account and retooled it into Kelci D Comics. So if you go on Instagram and look at Kelci D Comics and you're like, why are there a bunch of cats? That's why. It's cat art. There will be other art posted in the next few days until I can catch up and to also prove that it's me. But yes, anyway, back to the story because, okay, y'all, it starts to get bug nutty after this point. So back to the story. This guy is holding my original Instagram account hostage for $300. And I'm not paying him that just on principle. Yes, absolutely the real Kelci. Thank you, Arch of Winter. Also, yes, Jessica, that really sucks. Okay, so here's where it starts to get bug nutty, though. So this guy has my phone number. He is texting me saying that he'll give me back my Instagram account for $300. I am not paying him on principle. And also because I know that just from, thinking from the mind of a criminal person, because I am a writer, that can easily snowball. Yes, 300 is also surprisingly low. Saw the person drop the original post. Part of that is because as soon as I discovered that the account was hacked into, I reached out through my side account. I reached out to everybody that I had immediate handles for on Instagram and said, my original account has been hacked. This is my backup account. Please report the original if you can. And people started reporting stuff. So, okay, 300 in crypto. Here's the other thing. The thing is, I said, fuck off. I'm not paying $300. And he was like, okay, then what you'll need to do then is send me a video. And immediately I was like, oh, great. This is the kind of guy I'm dealing with. Okay. But he did not specify what he wanted the video to be about. So here's what I did. I grabbed this plush, held it in front of my face so that he couldn't get a good look at my face. And I said, I'm recording a video of this because you did not give me any specifications. Fuck you. And I sent him that. He tried to send script to be like, I need you to read this out loud and I need you to smile and blah, blah, blah. And it was an ad for crypto shit. And I'm like, oh, I'm dealing with a crypto bro. Okay. So I was like, no, I'm not going to read that out loud. I'm not going to read this stupid ad thing because I know what he wants to do. He wants to record me saying something positive about crypto and Bitcoin so that he can post it on my Instagram account that he stole so that my followers on that account would think that I openly endorse it. Anybody who knows me and has watched previous live streams know how much I fucking hate Bitcoin and crypto and the blockchain. Anybody who has followed me for more than a year knows how much I hate it. So I think that combined with a fan base that knows me and combined with this dude trying to think that he could start posting crypto shit on my account, that's another reason why people are not only reaching out to me and being like, hey, I think your Instagram has been hacked, but they're also reporting it. And thank you for reporting it. If you would like to report it and help me out, the original account is under the handle at Kelci D. Crawford, which is Kelcid as in dog, Crawford. If you watch previous live streams, you may have seen Instagram links. It was also like my website is kelcidcrawford.com. So that was an easy way to like get that out there initially. But now I'm going by Kelci D Comics because backup accounts coming in clutch. Yeah. I literally messaged them about how you switched your opinion on crypto, LOL. Yes, thank you. Because like, this is not the first mistake this dude made. Second mistake that this dude made was that he gave me his phone number because he had texted me saying that he would give me back my account for $300. Little does he know how much of a spiteful bitch I am, because not only was I not catering to his demand for $300, not only was I recording this stupid video ad for him, I started just recording videos with the octopus over my face and just spamming him and just laughing at him maniacally, calling him pretty much, you know, sailor's words and being like, good fucking luck, bro. Like you're not going to succeed. And I'm going to get this account back. If nothing else, by annoying the piss out of you. Because the other bit of information that I had on this guy was I had his email address, because the original way that he got, like the original way he hacked into my account was because he gave me his email and said, change it to this. So I had his email address. So I have 2 bits of information about this dude. I have his phone number and his email address. So, motherfucker, I can go to the police with this shit. Don't know what the police are going to do, but I can reach out to people and say, hey, I have your private information. I can find you. So, throwing that out there, motherfucker. So, with the combination of having his email address and his phone number, and an email in which to contact him on Cash App, what I started doing was I started paying him for $300 requests. I was like, send me $300, send me $300, send me $300. And I messaged him like, I want to keep doing this to you until you either give me $300 or you give me control back to my Instagram account. It's one or the other, motherfucker. And bit of radio silence for a while. And then I suddenly start getting, oh my God, yes. Track him and send some DoorDash deliveries. Yes, absolutely. That is going to be the next thing that I do. So, because these crypto bros are so fucking stupid. Anyway, I know I'm saying that as somebody who had their account stolen, but also like my reputation precedes me. Anybody who has followed me for more than a year knows how much I fucking hate crypto. So that alone is going to be enough to make people look at some of this bullshit that he's posting and messaging people about and being like, this isn't the real Kelci, and reporting it. Anyway, so let me get a sip of water. All right. Let me draw a cat. I need to take a deep breath for a second. Okay. Turn the symmetry off. Whew, okay. But yeah, this dude made the mistake of giving me private information of his. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to use this. I am going to use this so hard. And I just started harassing the dude. And again, making requests for, $300 and being like, I'm going to keep doing this to you until you either give me $300 or you put my email back in control of that Instagram account. And then, as I'm doing this, I start getting text messages from Instagram saying, this is your security number. Plug this in for 2-factor authentication. And there were a number of those that were coming in. And I'm like, okay, this guy's trying to change information on my account. And then, hilariously, he texts me and says, give me the 2-factor authentication code that you just got. I laughed at him. And then I said, give me $300 and I'll give you the code. This dude is so fucking stupid. Yes. This is who I am dealing with right now. So, oh my God. Okay. So I laughed at him. Yeah, basically. And basically give me 3,000. So like, as he's like being like, I'm going to hold your account hostage until you give me that code. And I'm like, either you give me money or you're not getting that code. So we're at a standoff at this point. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start doing a thing. I go back into the Cash App and then I start pinging him for $1,000 and being like, pay me $1,000, pay me $1,000 with the note for, you know why, winky face. Still no response from him. Still no cash deposit as far as I'm aware. That's actually something I should double check. I don't think he's paid me anything. I would be surprised if he did. But you know what? While I have this up, because I have his email, I'm going to request he pay me $1,500 because I have his email. Which, by the way, if you would like to spam this guy, his email is giveawayverified615@gmail.com. Let's see. Pay me or give me my Instagram back. Oop. I'm going to confirm and request. I'm going to keep raising this money until he pays me. Oh, it's saying request could not be completed. Somebody texted me for something completely different. I'm going to take a second to reply to that. I'm selling my previous bike, and somebody just texted me asking about the bike. Okay, going to take a second to address some questions. I joined in a little late. How did you get into your account in the first place? He pretended to be a cousin of mine, saying that I won a giveaway, and said that in order to claim the prize, I had to change a security email, and that's how that happened. So don't believe it, and also don't change your security email. Just throwing that out there. Okay, crap. If he still had the original post, I bet it could track where it was posted. That's true. That's very true. And you know what? After everything that I have told y'all about this dude is not smart. Location is probably on that original post. If nothing else, location is probably on the other posts. So I don't usually invite people to harass others, but I wouldn't be opposed if you started bugging the shit out of this dude. Because again, I have my backup Instagram. And honestly, this dude brought it on himself. So this is the quality of friends that I have. Soon as this happened, I started messaging people and being like, hey, original Instagram account got stolen. This is my backup Instagram. Report the original if you can. And people started reporting it. People started reporting the posts that the person was posting under my name for Bitcoin and bullshit. And I have a friend, Sean, who's like, I'll do you one better. I'm going to send him links to BDSM equipment. And I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm like, you marvelous human being. Let's see. Yeah, Carlos, you do bring up a good point. I suggest info gathering than harassing. That's true, because if there is any information that can be gleaned, like his location, I have his phone number and email address. So with those and with more information, I can go up to the police and be like, this dude tried to blackmail me. Careful that the BDSM post doesn't backfire. Yeah. Oh, I've read instances where people pretend to be someone else to report the real account. Yeah, that's happened to a number of art people whom I've followed on Instagram as well. At the same time, like, I do feel like anybody who knows me really fucking well would know that the original account has been hacked, because if they're saying positive things about crypto, that is not me. And I have this backup account, and I have been telling people on other social media and on my website and here on this live stream, on Patreon, on Ko-fi, on my Beacons page, anywhere that had the original Instagram link, I have changed it over. I've been doing my due diligence. I'm basically in damage control at this point. I've also been talking with Instagram security, and by extension, unfortunately, Facebook help. So Facebook's help desk, you have some work to do, because on the one hand, I appreciate that you emailed me within the same day. As soon as I was like, somebody hacked into my account, and they were like, could you provide us some more information? We need to know when you signed up for this account, how you signed up for it, whether it was on their phone or on a computer, any previous handles that you had for this account, and a few other details. And I was like, okay, this is like, they're not asking for social security numbers or addresses or anything like that. They're just asking for, like, when you set up this account, how did you do it? That information. And the original email that the Instagram account was connected with, the one that was in place before the hacker changed it. So I let Facebook know, hey, it was this, and this. And then they emailed back a link for a secure login link so that I could change the password back. Here's the tricky thing is that I think I was able to change the password. However, the next page that popped up after I did that was asking me for a 2-factor authentication code. Now, the other codes that were popping up on my phone did not work. And I don't have another 2-factor authentication code sitting in my secret book of passwords, which I have, which I'm not showing. So I was unable to confirm the 2-factor authentication. So I reached back out to the help desk and was like, this is going on. What's the next step? Unfortunately, the follow-up email that they sent was not super helpful. They were like, well, if you're having trouble confirming 2-factor authentication, just log into your Instagram account. And I emailed them saying, I literally can't because it has been hacked. And somebody changed the email, the security email. I cannot log back in. So do you want me to try to log in with the new password that I attempted to put in? What's the next step after that? I haven't heard back from them yet. We'll see what happens. I did reach out to my cousin Mariah, not the person the hacker was pretending to be. This was a different cousin. No, my cousin Mariah has a spouse who's in security tech. So I just reached out to her and the spouse and was like, so help. And I explained the situation to them. And basically the response was, you're just going to have to keep asking and confirming. And it's going to take a while before you get your account back. She had said that when her, not Instagram, but like she had an Etsy that got stolen. And it took 4 weeks for her to regain control of that Etsy account. I'm hoping that it's not going to take 4 weeks to regain the original Instagram account. At this point, I am not afraid to go scorched earth and start over. Have you tried username instead of email and new password? Not yet. I will likely be doing that after the live stream. We will see if that works. Anytime that I have been trying to log in with the secret security link that Facebook Help sent me, I have been using the username rather than the email because that was their suggestion. They suggested logging in with the original username instead of the email. So yes, I have been doing that. Anytime that I tried to regain control of this account, I have been logging in with the username. And so far, this dude has not changed the username. Probably because he wants to keep up this image that it's me promoting this stuff, which it isn't. Anybody who knows me knows that I fucking hate Bitcoin and crypto and blockchain. Until I am able to regain the original account, I will be posting on my backup Instagram account. So if you would like to keep up with that, you can just follow me on my new Instagram at Kelci D Comics. There's not as many posts as the original one because the original Instagram I had been running since, oh Lord, I had that account since at least 2018. Because I feel like I got Instagram right around AwesomeCon, if I'm not mistaken. Like AwesomeCon 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. Because up to that point, I hadn't used Instagram. Managed to build it up to 700 followers before the hacker hacked into it and took it. So it will likely take a while before this backup account gets to 700 followers, though... Oh, yeah, absolutely going to check the password on Ko-fi. The other thing I'm going to do is that with the social media accounts and my Ko-fi and my Patreon in particular, anything that is connected with money, I will be changing the login emails and passwords. So I will be getting a new email just for those and using it just for those. The other thing is that the email that I will be using for you to contact me at is also going to change. This is something that I had been thinking about doing for a little while, but with everything that's been happening in the last like 24 hours, this is just going to happen. I don't have a updated email yet, and even if I did change it, I'm not telling you yet. The emails that I'm going to be using for my social media and my Ko-fi and Patreon, I'm not going to share those. But I will be making another new email. So that's 2 email addresses that I got to make now. But I will be making a new email address just for business purposes. And by business purposes, I mean anytime that people back a book on Kickstarter or Ko-fi, I'll be like, hey, if your shipping address changed, reach out to me at this email. Or if you have any questions, reach out to this email. That email is going to change. It will not be kelcydcrawford@gmail.com anymore. That email is going to get retired pretty soon. I will be changing it. Just a heads up. Once a new email is figured out, I will be posting about it on my blog. Now, the blog password is convoluted enough that this guy's not going to guess it. But I will be changing the email that the blog is connected to and the email that The Legend of Jamie Roberts is connected to. So, so does Facebook recognize your original account as stolen? Is this just technical things they're trying to solve? Can they disable your original account until you regain access? I don't know. They have not told me anything. The only things that they have told me are we need a little more information about you so we can confirm your identity, so that we can confirm some details about when this account started and any previous handles that you might have had so we can confirm that it's you, and giving me a security link to log in. So as far as do they recognize that it's stolen? Are there technical things that they're trying to figure out? The likely answer is that there are technical things on their end that they are trying to figure out. I don't know if they can disable it, though. I don't know. There is so much I do not know. You are asking a lot of questions that I do not know the answer to. So, what I can say is that the Facebook help has been really slow to reply to stuff. That's what I can say about it right now. The other thing that I can say about it is please keep reporting the original account. And the best way to do that is to start reporting posts that this person is posting under my name. Things that do not look or sound like me. So keep reporting those posts. I leave it up to you whether you want to report the account as a whole, restrict it, or block it. Absolutely. Definitely report the stories because this person is posting stories and I don't know how the fuck stories work. Like anybody who has followed me on Instagram since 2018 knows that I don't know how the story function works. So it's pretty much any story that I had posted on there is stuff that I shared from Carlos because Carlos knows this better than I do. I don't know how stories work. I don't know how to make them. I don't know how to set them up. I don't know any of that. Carlos does. So thank you, Carlos, for letting me share stories that you have made in the past. But in the moment, any new stories that this original Instagram account is posting, and by this, I mean the Instagram account at Kelci D. Crawford. Any stories that they're posting, report them. Absolutely report them. Report the stories. If you can find location information, definitely note it and let me know. I do accept messages on this new backup Instagram, Kelci D Comics. So if you wanted to message me there or send me an email, there's going to be links. If you're watching this on YouTube, links are in the doobly-doo for that sort of thing. You could also find my contact information on my website at kelcidcrawford.com. Just, if there's any location information that this dude is posting, because it's pretty likely that he's going to be posting location information because this dude is not smart. Anything, any bit of information, you clue me in. Anything that I can use to build up a case. Again, I have his email and phone number because this dipshit was stupid enough to give me both. So I have both. I will be talking with the police about building up a case and next steps and that sort of thing. I'm still going to be working with Facebook and Instagram help desk to get control of the account back. We're close. We are very, very close. The tricky thing is this two-factor authentication thing, because if I had set up two-factor authentication, it's been long enough. I don't have the original code anymore. And if it was not me, it was likely the hacker who had set it up once he stole the account. So I don't have that number. I don't know exactly what the next step is. So that's why I reached out to Facebook help and my cousin and her tech spouse. Because again, tech spouse knows how this stuff works. He does this for a living. But that's where we're at. Until I'm able to regain control of the original account, I have a backup. Also, I think now would be a good time to shout out. And I hate saying this, but stop following Validation Comic on Instagram as well. Unfortunately, Kelci D. Crawford and Validation Comic got linked. So access to one gave the hacker access to the other. Ooh, yeah. Thank you, Sean, for signal boosting that. The posts from the scammer, that the scammer is posting under my name. The posts are linking to a digital entrepreneur that the hacker is telling people to invest with under the account Trade with Elena Kyle. I'd report that account as well. Absolutely report that. Absolutely report that. Yeah. Scammers trying to scam. That's what they're doing. So what can be learned from this? First, I'm a petty bitch. Anybody who knows me, though, is not going to be surprised by that statement. It just occurred to me, I think I'm working with too big of a brush for the cats. So I'm going to shrink that down to 100 and I'm going to, here we go. Okay. So, yeah, what can we learn from this? First, if something seems suspicious, it likely is. Friends are great. Friends are awesome. Gather as much information as you can on the person who is trying to scam you, because that's going to come in handy. Also, crypto pros are so freaking stupid for giving me private information like that. So, other things. Well, I don't know how private the email is going to be. Again, it's like giveaway verification615@gmail.com. Oh, I think I did a thing. Hold on. Yeah, I did a thing. I'm going to have to close the, do not save. I clicked away from Clip Studio Paint while it was saving. And unfortunately that messes with the word. Pen sensitivity. That's the word. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Two-factor should be new time. They are time-limited codes, so that only work for a given time period. Old two-factor codes you save wouldn't work even if you find them. That's what I was thinking. So that's why I was hesitant to even use any of the two-factor authentication codes that were coming up in text messages. That this dude was trying to change information, which required Instagram to send text verification codes, and they were popping up on my phone. And then this dude was like, text me the verification codes. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And he was like, I'll give you back your account. And I'm like, give me $300 and then I'll give you the code. Like, y'all. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at as far as that. Here's how you can help. First thing you can do to help is follow the new Instagram at Kelci D Comics. More art will be posted in the coming days. Other things you can do, if you go to the previous Instagram, which is at Kelci D Crawford, report any posts regarding Bitcoin or crypto or Cash App, anything that does not look like posts that I would make. Report those. Report the stories. At this point, feel free to report the account. I kind of want to pull a scorched earth and just destroy the thing because I have this backup account. I have backup accounts for days because like I have this one, I have another one, and I have a third one, and I'm not telling you what the other two are. So I have backup accounts. So like if I have to do a scorched earth and start over again, I can do that. It's going to be a pain in the ass because the original account that got stolen had 700 followers, which is, it's not like a ton compared to other Instagram accounts, but it is something that I was like actually kind of proud of because it's like, hey, I've been working towards this since 2018. And the fact that I got this many, even though that I'm not technically a business account and I can't run ads because of that, that's great, honestly. Because that's the thing is like, in order to run ads on Instagram, you have to have your Instagram connected to Facebook. I deactivated my Facebook. So because I did that, my Instagram, even my backup ones, are not connected to my Facebook accounts, which means I cannot run ads on Instagram. Not ads in the way that they want me to run ads anyway. So, all right, here we go. I need to do a little bit of technical gobbledygook for a second to get the Kitties by Kelci up again. All right. And we're going to share the screen again. Share screen. Clip Studio. That's the one. Cool. Okay. It memorized the layout that I had before for this screen. Cool. So this design that I'm working on is for Pride. I had originally thought, well, what if it was just a pile of kittens all cuddling together? And then I went, it's not so much that I went epiphany, but like this image and how I want it to be colored just popped into my head for like 10 seconds. And I went, that is what I am going to do. So that is what I'm working on. For the basis of this face, I'm actually using my cat Bri as a model. Which, okay, I gotta throw this out there. I really appreciate that even with having to get a new Instagram account, or not necessarily new, but like having to get the backup account to the point that it's at right now, having to do that and then having to like post to people, hey, I'm running a live stream on other social media channels, all of that. I'm so glad that all of y'all are watching and chilling in the comments and contributing. Like, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I was really hoping that there would be like lots of people listening in, and so far lots of people are listening in. So thank you so much for that. That means a lot to me. So we'll see how long this live stream lasts, because the original intent was to ink the entirety of this piece during the stream. So we'll see how far that goes. Now, I can do copy paste if I wanted to. I have rediscovered through inking New Punk Signal, which is a comic that I do. I've rediscovered through inking New Punk Signal. I actually don't mind drawing the same thing multiple times without the use of copy paste. But because the pencils for this are all copy paste, I might do the same for the inks. The colors for sure will not be copy paste because I have an idea in mind for the colors. And we'll get there when we get there. But for pencils and inks, there will probably be a fair bit of copy paste and some tweaking going on. We'll see. Whew, yeah, so it's a hell of a way to start a week because everything that I just told you, that happened yesterday. That happened yesterday around 5. Also, another lesson to take away from this, never make decisions when you are absolutely hungry. All of the worst things that have ever happened in my life have happened because I was absolutely ravenous and had not eaten yet. Because like when this scammer took my account and when he was walking me through the process of, making it happen, I was hungry and in a rush. So don't do that. Do not make decisions in a rush, especially when it seems too good to be true. Do not rush a decision. Just take a minute to, especially if they're then like, hey, I need you to change the security email that you use. Just stop texting with the person, set down the phone for a little bit and eat something. Oh, yeah, absolutely. A reminder to keep you fed at SPX. Announcements. In more pleasant news, I'll share some announcements. Some appearance announcements, because there are some appearances that I have booked. Yeah, what a difference a Monday makes. Yes. So, yeah, appearances. This Saturday, June 25th, I will be at Dragon's Roost Coffee and Games in Holland, Ohio, showcasing for free RPG Day. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I will have a free one-page RPG available for folks to test it out and play. The RPG in question, if you would like to see the work that I'm doing for that, just check out last week's live stream or the live stream that I did like a few days ago. It's archived and on my YouTube channel. Links are going to be in the YouTube doobly-doo. If you're watching this on Twitch, just go to kelcidcrawford.com. That's Kelci with Kelci and Crawford. Yeah, Kelci D. Crawford. The D is important. The D is a very important signifier. Website is not going to change. It's still going to stay kelcidcrawford.com because that's my professional portfolio site, but I will be changing the login information that I use for that so that nobody else can get it. There's going to be a number of things that I'm going to change up to make my stuff more secure. That's the other lesson that can be taken from this is, and this is something that my cousin, whom I'm talking with about the tech stuff, she encouraged this. Just have a separate email for your money related stuff. This is something that my mom also recommends. I know I hardly ever talk about her, but she does recommend it. I mostly hardly ever talk about her because she works in banking. There's not a whole ton of chances for me to talk about banking on these live streams. So, but that is recommendations from my family members is if you're going to have like a Ko-fi page, an Instagram page, an Etsy store, anything that involves money or your private identity, have all of those, the logins for those, set up with an email that you only use for those accounts and do not share that email anywhere else. Don't even use that email to sign up for like junk newsletters that try to sell you like the newest shirts at Old Navy or whatever. Like the email that you use to set up for Ko-fi and your social media, anything that has very private information, you only use just that one email. Then have an email for all those stupid newsletters that you want to sign up for, and have another one for business is the recommendation. So that's what I will be doing moving forward. I'm going to be setting up, I already have an email set up for like really stupid newsletter signups. So I'm just going to be using that for stupid newsletter signups. But I will be changing my business email and the emails that I use that are connected to some very important stuff. And I'm also going to set up a new business email. It also came to my attention because I file my taxes through H&R Block, and H&R Block offers a service that tracks whether your personal information, and that includes not just your social security number, but your email address as well, or any information that you want tracked. H&R Block has a service that will track whether those things have popped up on the dark web. Unfortunately, my Gmail email has popped up on the dark web multiple times, which is probably how this guy found out about my account in the first place. So yet another reason to change my business email, because that email is my business email, and that's a problem. I don't want anybody to have access to that business email. So that's going to change. So yes, all kinds of lessons here. Oh, hold on. I'm going to switch the... Oh, I didn't change the size of the eraser on this canvas, and this canvas is very large, so like it looks larger. I figured flipping the canvas would help me draw the paws a little bit better. And so far it is. Cool. The smallest little eraser on this canvas size. Okay, there we go. Again, I'm using mental images of Bri as a reference here. I've also done a million sketches of cats just sleeping, because anytime that I catch Bri or Boo Boo sleeping, and when I had Scarlet, I would draw Scarlet too. I would draw Scarlet sleeping in various poses. So I got really good at drawing sleeping cats. Okay, I'm going to save it. I'm not clicking away yet because I want that pressure sensitivity to stay. Cool. Whew. Okay. So that was my Monday. That was my yesterday. I'm hoping that the rest of the week goes a lot better. We'll see. For the meantime, I'm going to treat this as a scorched earth situation and start over with a new Instagram account. So again, follow me at Kelci D Comics if you would like to follow me on Instagram. Okay. So, one sec. You know what? I'm going to take a second to get some more water. I've been shouting a lot. Also, I would like to apologize for any horrible peaking audio that happened earlier this episode. So, BRB, I'm fetching water, not tea. Tea will be after the stream. Because also the tea is to calm myself down. I am very energetic at this moment, so I will need to calm down after this live stream. Yes. Oh, this changed banner back up. There we go. Okay. Now back to these adorable little beans. Yes, and I'm still running Kitties by Kelci on Redbubble, by the way, which the Redbubble, if you have clicked on the link for the Kitties by Kelci Redbubble, you'll notice that the Redbubble store is also called Brie Boutique. That was its original name. Redbubble, however, does not allow you to change the... Well, I have to double check and see if it'll allow you to rename the store itself, but you cannot change your username once it is set. So, lesson learned in that regard. Moving forward for Kitties by Kelci, I'll keep the Redbubble store open. I would also like to post designs on Threadless because from what I have seen from my roommate's orders, because my roommate has ordered stuff from Threadless. Threadless has some good stuff. Also, the public library in my area also uses Threadless. Fun fact. So, you know what? I'll show off this tote bag I got from them. I signed up for summer reading through my library, and they gave me this tote bag. Ask me what I'm reading. It's so delightful. I love it. It's only on the one side, but it's nice and roomy, and it's perfect for holding books. I love this tote bag. I love my library. I really do. And it's within biking distance. There's a lot of stuff that's within biking distance of my apartment. So I've just been riding my bike, weather allowing. I only drove yesterday because I was running late. That's the only reason that I drove. Otherwise, with gas prices being what they are, I'm not paying that. I'm going to ride my bike. Oh, yes, absolutely. Go public library. Like I love the space. I wrote 90% of my current iteration of the one-page RPG that I'm working on. I wrote like 90% of that at the library. So go public libraries. Anyway, add to stream. But the library uses Threadless to print their stuff, like t-shirts, tote bags, mugs. They have mugs, and stickers. So many stickers. They use Threadless for that. They have a Threadless shop, and like they have good quality stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I think I'll see about putting Kitties by Kelci on Threadless and using the Kitties by Kelci brand name. And I also want to do that to test which store works out better. Now, I will be doing a thing where there will be some designs that will be exclusive to one platform or the other. Like, there will be some designs that I do that you can only get on Redbubble, some you can only get on Threadless, and some you can only get on Ko-fi, because I also post Kitties by Kelci on Ko-fi. There we go. I was like, this is what is going on with this paw? So, okay. There. I figured it out eventually. This back paw took for freaking ever. Don't know why. Okay. And that's it for that. Now I got to draw the tail. I'll add a little shading to it too. I want this to pop. Nope. That'll work, I think. Yes, that'll work. Okay. You know, it's times like this where I think to myself, you know, it would be really useful is this tool that C. Spike Trotman made for Clip Studio Paint. which is a double line tool. And the double line tool is what it sounds like. It's a pen, but it draws double lines. I might make a brush pen that does that. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sprinkling unique designs. Definitely doing that. Also, while I'm thinking about it, speaking of designs that are exclusive to Ko-fi, here's a Ko-fi exclusive that I'm working on for Kitties by Kelci. I'm putting together a Kitties by Kelci coloring book. So I'm going to be taking some of the designs that I have done for Kitties by Kelci, removing the colors from them, and making them into line arts so that you have coloring book pages. And I'm putting that all together into a coloring book. And that'll be available for download on Ko-fi soon-ish. It should be done. It should be done before the end of the month. But I also don't want to overpromise because the Roxy books have finally come in. Also, the Patreon Art Club pins have come in. So now that I have both, I will be able to package backer and Patreon rewards together, because a lot of the folks who backed Roxy on Ko-fi are also Patreon Art Club members. So I'm just going to bundle those orders together. Save shipping. With that, I'll be doing that this week. My objective is to get Roxy books shipped out by Thursday. There's a number of people I still need to reach out to confirm their addresses, to check what name they would like me to autograph the book out to, if they have a preference, and the preferred name for the shipping label, if they have one. So I'm going to be reaching out to, there's like 4 people for whom I do not know that information right offhand. Most of the people who backed Roxy on Ko-fi are people who have backed previous projects and whom I keep regular contact with. So I know their preferred information and their shipping addresses. Again, not sharing any of those. And this is another reason to have a login with an email that is specific to particular platforms that you do not share. Because Patreon and Ko-fi have other people's mailing addresses and names that you really want to keep out of the hands of any hackers. So definitely keeping that in mind. To my knowledge, nobody has texted me any mail information on my previous Instagram account. If you have, though, definitely report the hacked account. The more reports that there are, the more likely this account can get shut down. Also, the more reports that there are likely, the more likely that the Instagram support team can look at it and be like, oh, the reports are pertaining to these specific posts that this person is not known for posting. This is suspicious. Suspicious activity. This person is saying, hey, this is not the account. I'm the original account holder. So it builds up a case, basically. That's the objective, is to build up a case. The more information that there is, the more of a case that can be built. Okay. I'm going to make this a little easier on myself. The coloring process is going to be different, but with inks, I am just going to, at lasso went a little block. So I'm just going to lasso this cat, and I'm going to copy and paste. Control-Shift-H. That's my hotkey for flip horizontal. Your hotkey may look different because I configured this to have some commands that I was used to from Photoshop, a previous iteration of Photoshop that I had used, because not all keyboard hotkeys or shortcuts translate one-to-one from Clip Studio to Facebook and etc. So a shortcut that works on one will likely not work on the other. Thankfully, Clip Studio Paint makes it really easy to customize your hotkeys. So that's been really nice. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I was going to rotate this cat, but I think I'm going to keep it there. Yes, absolutely. Happy Pride Month. Yes, absolutely. Happy Pride Month. This will be a Pride design, and by that I mean there will be rainbows. There will be rainbow kitties throughout this thing, because love is love. And I figured this would make an adorable Pride design. I have plans in mind for how this is going to get colored, so I'm not going to specify them right now, just in case the idea does not work. But for the inks, yeah, this is what we're doing. Okay. I'm not going to merge the two layers yet. I do need to erase some lines. Make that a little easier, I'm going to use the lasso tool because I did not resize the eraser with this large canvas. So I'm just going to go in here and boom. That's not the layer I wanted to delete. Boop. Okay. There. Get this back up. And I'm going to turn the pencils off so you can see what it looks like. Look at that. So cute. Much cute. Very adorbs. Turning the pencil layer back on, I'm going to merge that. And then here's what I'm going to do, just to make my life a little bit easier. I'm just going to select those two cats that I just made. I'm going to copy and paste them. Now, for this one, I'm going to flip them vertically and put them on the bottom. So there is a control for this. Transform, flip vertical. There we go. We're going to zoom out, use the hand tool to move the canvas, and I'm going to hold shift and drag it down. Doing that keeps it on an axis, which makes it easier to reposition. Okay. Again, lesson that can be learned: do not make decisions when you are hungry. And don't make decisions when you're in a rush. Absolutely do not do that. I will say I am grateful for a handful of things. I am grateful for the friends that I have. I'm grateful for the support that everybody has been giving me. I'm grateful that I had a backup Instagram account. I'm also, I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Because it's about gratitude. Because I am grateful for the friends that I have and the support network that I have. Not only are y'all willing to like submit reports about these suspicious posts, but you are willing to report the account. At this point, if you have to report the account, that's fine. Again, I have a backup account. If I have to start over, I will start over. I am grateful for the friends that I have, the support network that I have. I am grateful that this dude only got access to the Instagram, because if he got access to any of my bank information or anything like that, that'd be worse. There was a hacker last year who tried to get my bank information. And thankfully, this is one of the weirder times to say this. Thankfully, I bank with a particular bank that nobody likes, but they are very dedicated to safety and security. So The hacker had been trying to get screen caps of my attempting to cash a check that they sent me. And this bank, who I bank with, does not allow for screen caps of any deposits. And even if they did, they don't share account numbers or information. They don't share any of that. Like, if you are not looking at a check from a checkbook, you don't really know what your account number is, unless you talk with somebody at this bank. So it's that secure. I know what my bank account number is off the top of my head because I've had this for years, but I'm not sharing it with you. But yeah, even though this particular bank has like a really not positive reputation for a lot of things, I am really glad that they are as secure as they are and that they take this sort of thing seriously. Also really grateful that my mom works at this particular bank because she's able to keep up with scams and keep me on the up and up. I'm also grateful that I have a cousin who is in tech who can help walk me through the next steps, because it was because of this very techie cousin of mine that I even knew how to reach out to Instagram and Facebook to say, my account has been hacked. What's my next step? So shout out to Mariah. You're awesome. Yeah, you are not wrong. Real crypto bros don't believe in traditional banking system. They don't want bank account info. They want more people to buy into the pyramid. Yes, they do. So the entire reason this dude wanted my Instagram account was because this Instagram that he stole from me had 700 followers. He could not build that up by himself. He had to steal somebody else to make that happen. So that is the only reason that he reached out to me. So take that how you will. Because again, that's the thing about crypto bros, cryptocurrency, blockchain, all of that. They not only got suckered into it, they are looking for the next sucker so that they can make money off of their initial bad investment, which is part of the reason why the crypto market is crashing as hard as it is, because people are catching on to this. Like, yes, there are people who unfortunately are buying into it, but there are fewer and fewer. So this guy was not wanting my bank account information. He wanted my Instagram following because I had built that up. He did not. He also likely wanted other personal information so that he could set up fake accounts with the email and phone number. So I'm going to need to change a few things. That's the other thing about hackers, is that they don't always want money. Like, this dude was holding my account hostage for $300. So like, again, I'm not paying that just on principle. Like, no, I have that money. I'm not paying it. I actually have a little over 10 times that money, but again, I'm not paying it. Like, no, not every hacker wants your bank information. There are some hackers that just really want to push their bad ideas, and they also want personal information so that they could potentially steal your identity. So that's another reason why I'm going to be changing the email that I use for social media and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's where we're at. Anyway, back to this illustration so that I can, there we go. Ooh, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to select the kitties here and the kitties here. And I'm going to copy, paste, and I'm going to rotate this a full 90 degrees. There. Awesome. That makes that easier. Yeah, we're going to confirm that transformation, and then we're going to go into the layers and adjust as needed. Okay. I can swing a little wide selecting these particular inks because they are on a separate layer. See? We're going to put you about there-ish. Yeah. Yeah, we'll put you about, well, a little up, a little more. About there. It'll work. It's not going to be perfect to the pencil guidelines, so I'm just going to turn the pencil layer off, make this a little easier to see. So a note to anybody who is on Instagram, be weary of anybody who says that there's a giveaway. If you guess correctly, you get a certain amount of money, and then asks you to change your security email. Be wary of that sort of thing. Never make decisions when you're hungry or in a rush. And another thing too, report those accounts that are reaching out to you about these suspicious things, because odds are really high that those accounts got hacked. Because that's how these hackers propagate themselves, is they will steal a person's Instagram account, reach out to everybody within that immediate circle that Instagram account holder has, and then they will steal the accounts of people within that person's circle so that they can keep propagating their bullshit, basically. It's like a virus. You could say it's like a coronavirus, which, you know, I feel like I had said this in a previous live stream, that cryptocurrency is the digital version of COVID-19. Considering everything that's happening, I stand by that assessment. So we got the inks done. We're going to merge that down. So that's done. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually turn the paper layer off, and I'm going to make a new layer under here, calling it white base, and we're going to use the wand tool to select the empty space. Now, there's a part of me that wants to go in and make sure that even gaps are covered, and then there's another part of me that's like, no, don't worry about that. Don't know which side to listen to currently, but okay. This wand tool is taking a minute to select the empty area, which is making me wonder if I missed some lines somewhere and it's trying to select the entire freaking canvas. Of course, I am working with a large canvas, period. So, okay, here we go. We're going to invert the selected area, and we're going to G, refer only to editing layer. We're going to make it white, and we're going to boop. Okay. So at least the paw is solid. And what about the cats? Good. Okay. I'm using a white base because what I want to do, I'm going to get real creative here. As far as tool usage goes, I'm going to get creative. So, okay, we're going to go in and we are going to select some white space here, and we're going to delete. I'm going to work counterclockwise. The other thing that I'm really grateful for about this experience is because of my experience with a different hacker from last year, I was able to go all full on like spiteful bitch on this dude. Because again, he was stupid enough to give me his contact information. phone number, and email address. So I was able to just harass the shit out of this guy. I also have his contact information, so I have something to reach out to with the police about. We'll see what the police can do. I don't know what they can do, but it's still something. It's also leverage that I can use for talking with the security team. That just occurred to me. Oh, yeah, that's something I've been seeing a lot too. I keep seeing brands wanting me to promote their products by sending me some. They all have the same products despite having different account names. This is so common, especially in the LGBTQ sphere. Like, really watch out for that, y'all, especially on Instagram, because there are some Instagram brands that will say, hey, we're looking for LGBTQ representatives. We'll send you free stuff. Do not engage. Do not engage with that. Absolutely not. Like, that's the other thing about these hackers. They are specifically targeting like liberal and progressive minded people, because the hacker who stole my account, when he made contact with me, he reached out to me with a joke that was anti-police in such a way that I'm like, I've heard this in liberal spheres before. So definitely watch out for that too. Like, especially because crypto bros will use that language to get themselves into your accounts. Keep an eye out for that. But if anybody's offering to send you free merchandise because they're looking for brand ambassadors, do not engage. Just delete the message. It's not worth your time. Okay, so the white base is made. Ooh. With the white base, I'm actually going to select this paw print. I have colors in mind for the paw print, so I'm going to cut, paste, and I'm going to call that paw fill. Because here's what I want to do. I'm going to lock the transparent pixels on that paw fill layer, and that's the nice thing about the one of the gradient tools that I have is that there's a rainbow gradient tool. I'm going to adjust. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Hold on. Let's get that purple back in there. Yeah, cool. We're going to adjust the scaling a bit here. And it's going to take it a second. Oh, I thought I had locked the transparent pixels, so it would apply to only the... Okay. Oh, the transparent pixels did not take. Okay, that was the problem. You know, though, I'm actually going to make this just a basic fill, and we're going to actually make that paw red. Yeah. There we go. And we're going to make the cats around it various colors of the rainbow. Oh, catching up on messages. Yeah, that's basically what these hackers are texting people is ACAB. Am I right, fellow Antifa? It's kind of the how do you do, fellow kids of hackerdom. And also, yes, legit brands have legit accounts. Yes, they do. Also, if they wanted to reach out to you, they would try to email you. They wouldn't try to send you a message on Instagram. Yeah, for me, it was anime-inspired merch. At least they are smart enough to target their audience. Yeah, that they're at least savvy enough to do that. Yes. Wild Bill's Soda isn't going to use Magabob 420 to message you for a deal. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm getting the impression anime merch is something that is rife with a lot of scams, a lot of scam artists. Given the target demographic of crypto bros, I'm not surprised. Because from what I have seen, lots of crypto bros are, teenage and young adult white men, and that demographic tends to be super into anime. So it would make sense why a bunch of crypto bros would try to hack their accounts or target them for their hacking things. I feel like I was targeted because of, the fact that I make a lot of Pride stuff. So, and that's something that I'm noticing a lot, which is unfortunate, is that not only are there a lot of scams targeted at LGBTQ people, there's not a whole ton of support for LGBTQ people right now. Trans people already know this because there's a lot happening to trans people right now. Sorry to make this dark. It's just something that I'm noticing. So if you would like to see a change in everything that's going on right now, support your local lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, or otherwise queer person. Please give them your support. Not just like financially, but also just emotionally, and let them know that you care, because it's kind of dark. It's kind of dark for us right now, especially for trans people. I've also been seeing a lot on Twitter. There are some people who are like, no, we can't fight the trans fight. We need to beat literal fascism. And to which there are a lot of trans people who are like, that's the first sign. That's the first sign of fascism, is when they are anti-trans. This is especially true if you look at the actual history of the rise of Nazism in Germany, because pre-1939, Germany actually had libraries dedicated to like LGBTQ history, particularly studies on sexuality and gender identity, and the Nazis burned them all down. So seeing these book bans, particularly books that are being banned on the basis of talking about gender identity, because like books talking about racism, that's always been on the banning table, because nobody wants to reconcile with the past of this nation. But people wanting to ban books because of LGBTQ representation, there's a very clear reason why they're doing that. A very clear reason. And historically speaking, there is a precedent for it. So I can't help but look at people who want to ban LGBTQ books. I can't help but look at those people with a really skeptical eye and a raised eyebrow, because those people want to promote particular ideas. Oh, there's a joke about this, actually. Nothing like protecting freedom of speech, banning books. There's actually a joke about this. The joke, I'm going to paraphrase the joke here, but the joke is that conservatives and fascists will start banning books so that they can have a book club. So that they can read the books that they want to ban. That's the entire reason that they do it. That's the joke. Don't necessarily know how true that is, because some of these people, I don't think they've actually read the book. And then there are some people who do read the book and they take wildly inaccurate takes from those books. So don't know what to tell you there. Also, I do see the comment there. There's a Phoenix Wright icon. Your username is entirely too long, but hi. You might have bounced already because I started talking about LGBTQ stuff and neo-Nazis and things, but that's fine. There's a reason why Brennan Lee Mulligan on a College Humor episode, he was prompted with, we need you to act out the character of a old-timey prospector who's getting into crypto. And basically his joke is, people who are into crypto are fucking fascists. Like, to the point where he actually dropped character towards the end of his rant, and the other players were like, what happened to the prospector? Yeah, so this is a wild time that we're in right now. Like, I know that scams have always existed, but there's something unique about the way that cryptocurrency takes advantage of people being disillusioned with the current state of things that I find fascinating, but also sad. Incredibly, incredibly sad. I will say I do have other social media platforms besides Instagram. Get died in the crypto mines. Yes, absolutes. I do have other social media besides Instagram, so I'm not going to be too hurt losing my Instagram following from the first account that got hacked. I will be trying to build it back up on the backup account. I love these comments. Death by heat stroke from the GPU. Yes. Crypto has always been a get rich quick scheme. The particular flavor of it is that it is a Ponzi scheme. People will buy into it, realize that they got suckered in. No, that's not even a Ponzi scheme. A proper Ponzi scheme is somebody who buys into a thing, who buys into a product, and the product publisher is like, yes, this is very much a real thing. And then they will use the money that they just made from that sale to basically spend it on advertisements to rope in other suckers, to get them to buy into the thing. And then once those suckers buy into the thing, they will take that money and they will pay back the person who bought into it in the first place. That's a Ponzi scheme. What we're seeing with crypto and Bitcoin and all of that, that is a different kind of scheme. It's basically a pyramid scheme, where somebody is like, I've made so much money doing this thing. And then somebody buys into it, realizes that they are losing money trying to do it honestly. So the only way that they can make money is by roping in future suckers. That's what's going on with crypto. Yeah. Again, anybody who knows me really well knows how much I really fucking hate crypto. So, the old Instagram account at Kelci D. Crawford posting, crypto great, blah, blah, blah. Don't believe it. That is not me. Follow my other Instagram at Kelci D. Comics for the real thing. Because the real thing will tell you that cryptocurrency is bullshit. So back to the art. Okay. This I'm going to have to change the bucket tool to refer other layers. Now the rainbow. Okay. I'm going to just do straight rainbow rather than making each cat individual pride flags, because that was a thought too. But I'm just going to do individual colors for the kitties over here. Red. Kind of a red-orange. Boop. Oh, wrong layer. White base. Or I should rename that to color base. There we go. Yeah. Oh, almost missed the nubbin. You can't miss the nubbin. Okay. We have a red cat. Ooh, we should get a pink cat. You hardly ever see a pink cat. We'll put you here. But pink was on the original pride flag. You hardly ever see a pride flag with a pink stripe unless it's part of the progress flag anymore. But the original pride flag iteration created by the activist's last name was Gilbert. I do not remember their first name, but it's called the Gilbert flag because it was created by a person named Gilbert. That flag had a pink stripe in it. However, it was discovered that pink at the time was a really hard color to pick for flags, particularly for the manufacturer that they were using for it. So in future iterations of the pride flag, they removed the pink stripe. That did not stop people from changing up the flag in future iterations, which, you know, I'm really glad that people are changing up the flag for future iterations because we need more inclusion. And also we need more recognition of the hard work that a lot of people in the community put in. Okay. So I got a red cat, a pink cat. We're going to do an orange cat. Just work our way around the color wheel. Orange cat. And I'll fill in the finer details later. Okay, so we got the orange cat. We need a yellow cat. And then we need a green cat. Actually, I'll make this a little bit of a deeper green, so it's not so neon. Okay, we got the green cat. Oh, the paint bucket clicked out of range, I think. Nothing happened. Okay. I thought it clicked into the bigger area and that would have taken forever. But anyway, so green and wide range to blue. That blue can change. Let's do a bit of a brighter one. Refer only. There we go. And over here, we're going to do kind of an indigo. And up there, we're going to do violet. Okay. And there's the basics. There are some other things that I got to polish up, but I think this is a good place to call it for today. We got the base down. Everything after this is going to be finer details that are going to be a little bit too long for this live stream to handle, especially because the file is so big. So we're just going to close that out. And stop that screen. Oh, I'm going to catch up on comments super quick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally get that. Like, yeah, that's the thing about crypto. And there are people who still sincerely believe that crypto can change things. However, with the structure that it has to get people roped in, that's not positive. Like, I can understand the frustration of wanting to change how banking is done and how you do finances. I understand that. I really do. Crypto does not address that in a healthy or sustainable way. Or even in a way that works. Like, it might be a finance person's idea of a good time, particularly finance people who have been convicted of fraud. But anybody who knows anything about tech will look at crypto will look at blockchain specifically, because blockchain is the umbrella. They'll look at blockchain and be like, no, we do not need to run anything on blockchain. This is not safe. So that's what's going on with that. Now, I was hoping at the start of this episode that I would have some positive news for you regarding reclaiming the original stolen Instagram account. Unfortunately, that did not work out how I intended. But I can say I have a backup account. So if you would like to see more kitty art like that, check out the art that I have at Kelci D Comics. This is, okay, catching up on comments again. This is a good way to summate it. My college freshman mind, crypto cool. College senior, crypto no. This is a good way to summate it. To be continued. Yes, this saga is a to be continued. I'm really hoping this does not turn into I'm really hoping that the saga of the stolen Instagram account does not turn into what my cousin had to go through with her Etsy, because she had to deal with it for 4 weeks. I'm really hoping that I can reclaim this account faster than that, but we'll see. We'll see. Again, in the meantime, I have Instagram and other social medias. I will be changing up my logins for a lot of things. In the meantime, I'm still making stuff. I'm still drawing stuff. I will be packaging Roxy as the week goes on. Again, hoping to ship most of the orders by Thursday. If not all of them. But at least most of them should be shipped by Thursday. Yeah. Absolutely. Let's hope this won't be a saga. Don't want a trilogy or prequels or sequels. Absolutely not. I'm really hoping it does not turn into that. But the zine will be great. Yeah, considering the story that I gave y'all at the top of the episode with like how this dude was trying to change information. And so like Instagram was sending me like 2-factor authentication messages with the codes being like, this is the code that you need to use in order to change any information. And then this hacker tried to reach out to me to be like, hey, what's the code that you just got? Like, you cannot make this shit up. You absolutely cannot. It has to have happened. The weirdest stuff happens to me. So, okay. Let's go ahead and wrap this up so that I can have a cup of I was going to say a cup of coffee. I do not need coffee right now. I need tea. I need to calm down. I also need to work on some other art projects today. So we're just going to wrap it up here. Before I get into the outro, post-stream announcements. Again, next in-person appearance is going to be free. I was going to say a different thing, but it's going to be free RPG Day at Dragon's Roost Coffee and Games in Holland, Ohio. I will be showing up there for an afternoon. It's only for an afternoon. I'll be there from 12:30 until kind of early evening-ish when things die down. So it's going to be a really brief appearance. But I will be there with a new one-page RPG, some handmade dice bags, and a few other dragon-themed things. So I hope that if you are in the Toledo area, that you can stop in and say hi and check out my stuff. Also, give me some feedback on the one-page RPG that I'm putting together. It's called Dragon's Roast. In this game, you play as dragons running a coffee shop. I will actually be submitting my working doc to my castmates at The Fourth Leg, which is a podcast that I host. This podcast, The Fourth Leg, gives new GMs a leg to stand on. If you need some pro tips for how to be a better GM, check out The Fourth Leg. And you can check that out on Twitter also at The Fourth Leg Pod, I believe. If I'm wrong about that, just look at my website. My website has all of that. So my website is kelcidcrawford.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, there will be a link in the doobly-doo. Other announcements. Tomorrow, is a new page of The Legend of Jamie Roberts. It is a webcomic that I draw and write about a genderqueer pirate and their two best friends treasure hunting in a land full of dragons. If you would like to read it and catch up, now's a good point to catch up. We're nearing the end of chapter 6. If you would like to read it, just read it at, I have a link, thelegendofjamieroberts.com. New pages drop on Wednesdays. If you are a member of my Ko-fi Comics Club, excuse me, wow, getting burpy all of a sudden. But yeah, Legend of Jamie Roberts, new pages post on Wednesdays. If you support my Ko-fi Comics Club, you actually get pages on Tuesdays, so a day earlier. You also get to see the process step by step of how I make a page from script to completion. So if you would like to check out the behind the scenes stuff for that, just go to ko-fi.com/Kelci D. Crawford. More information is there. You can give a one-time tip or the equivalent of a Patreon where you give like a certain amount each month, and you can cancel at any time. I also have a Patreon. That's just for the art stuff. So if you would like to get stickers or pins to show up in your mailbox once a month, then go to patreon.com/Kelci D. Crawford. I don't really have a card for that, sorry. But there is a link in the YouTube doobly-doo if you would like to check that out. New Instagram. Again, if you would like to keep up with me on Instagram, check it out at Kelci D Comics. That is me right now. Any other Instagram account claiming to be me is not me. Kelci D Comics is me. Just letting you know. Also, I would signal boost validation comic on Instagram. Don't look at that right now. Unfortunately, the hacker who stole my base Instagram account also got access to the validation comic Instagram account. So that is an entirely different process to reclaim that. CB, I'm going to need to reach out to you about that because you were the one who had set that account up, not me. So you have more information about that than I do to reach out to Facebook and Instagram help desk about that. With that, I usually stream on Tuesdays and Saturdays. No stream this Saturday because of my in-person appearance. There should be a live stream next week on Tuesday and then the following week on Saturday. If there's any changes to that, I'll post about it on Ko-fi, Patreon, and Instagram, and on my email newsletter. I have an email newsletter. You can sign up for that on my website, kelcidcrawford.com. Here's a link for that. Link is also in the YouTube doobly-doo for that. Email newsletters only pop up on, they only pop up on Fridays because I don't want to spam people. Just once a week on Fridays. And it gives you a good condensed version of everything that's happened. Webcomic updates, live streams that get archived on YouTube, all that good stuff. The website also has information on my podcast, The Fourth Leg. It also has information on Kitties by Kelci, which is the project that you saw me work on today. And any information for Validation Comic, which does remind me I need to go into my website and change the link for the Validation Comic site. Yeah, you're seeing me remember things like in real time. I am available for commissions. So I'm not using any of this money to pay this dude who's holding this account. I hesitate to say hostage. At this point, I'm annoying the shit out of him. But no, any commission funds just help keep the lights on and the internet running. So if you would like to support me, if you have the means to, there's more info in the YouTube doobly-doo. There's also more info at kelcidcrawford.com. I think that's all I got for now. Yeah, so next stream should be next week on Tuesday. if that changes, I'll make announcements on my various outlets. I also have a TikTok. Holy dang, I forgot that I have a TikTok. Go to my website for that link. There you go. I think I also have a link in the YouTube doobly-doo. Just check that out. I think in reality, that's all I got. I'm going to make a cup of tea and calm down and just chill for the rest of the day. Thank you all so much for watching and for your support. Keep spreading the new Instagram link for me. I'll go ahead and pop that banner back up again. That, again, is Instagram at Kelci D Comics. That is my new account for the time being until I can reclaim the previous one. Thank you all so much for watching. And also thank you all for listening. I got really loud at points. Another reason for me to drink some tea so that I can heal this. So that's all I got for the time being. Thank you all so much for watching. You are awesome.